Welcome back to the final session of SEO Foundations. I hope you have got a lot out of it, and today I want to give you a whole bunch of tips and tricks that I use with my clients to help them rank better faster. So the summary and what I hope that you have gotten from the last 10 lessons is that SEO can be really logical and it can be not as complicated as we make it out to be. Basically, the search engines want to do a good job so they can stay being the best search engine, right? And we want to provide the information that our readers are interested in. We don't need people coming to the site and just bouncing away. We want people that actually like our content. So we need to find the words, the keywords are very important, that will attract the right people to our blog. And once we have those keywords, we need to keep our sites fresh, relevant, and authoritative. So everything that you write on that blog should have those keywords and more, which is a more advanced SEO lesson. But we talked about the global keywords. In reality, you take those keywords and every post and every page can have a subset of keywords and can have their own ranking and their own keywords. But for now, I want you to focus on those global ones because they need to be everywhere. And one thing that we didn't talk about that is a really good thing to do is to develop what's called Cornerstone Content. Use that content to write something that, with your keywords, is just the go-to resource. Like it is where, if I was looking for that particular, let's use the example, did we use gluten-free chocolate cake? Something like that. So not just chocolate cake, but something with a more specific term that we might be able to rank for. So let's say we're going to do that as our global keyword. And then for the Cornerstone content, we would want to do one page, and it would be the go-to resource because this is what we're hoping people will link to specifically, and especially our peers and other bakers and other people in the same industry. So it shows the search engines that we're more relevant. So everything we're doing is for the readers, but as a byproduct, the search engine should see that the content we're putting out is really, really good. And by doing that, it will want to show the content you're putting out to people that are searching for it, right? So your Cornerstone content should have lots of sections based on definitions. That gives you a really good way of putting in your keywords plus a description of what you're talking about. And then the links to relevant articles, and all of this should be within your site, not linking to exterior sites. And update this regularly so it stays fresh. That makes it extremely relevant to your keywords. And then fresh, if you update it often with the new posts you're adding and put that in your different sections, like we're talking about the recipes for gluten-free and sugar-free, or the recipes for the gluten-free flour, and different ways that you can replace your flour. And then so you might have your shopping list here for the cake, and you might have different stores or sales or coupons or flour recipes or direct recipes or online stores and links. And this is a good place for affiliate links too throughout this page. It is going to be the thing that takes the longest to work on, is one of the most valuable pages on your site, and that's known as Cornerstone. It's some people call it the SEO Cornerstone content. Some people call it the content Cornerstone or Cornerstone content. Some people say it's a content marketing Cornerstone, and some people say it's an SEO marketing Cornerstone. But if you do it right, it should be both, because search engines only want to show your content that's extremely relevant. And for the content, you want to write something to users that they really, really want, which makes it really relevant. So it kind of all makes sense. This should all work together. So that's fresh, relevant, and authoritative is you go around and you get links to that sucker. You link to it on all of your social media. You save it to the top of your Facebook page. a couple times a year. It stays there for a month. This is something that never goes away. It's a page, not a post. It should not have a date on it. It should be one of those pages, and you should have several of these. If you have values for a company, each value should have a page. If you have products, each product should have a page. Unless you have, hundreds of products, then you should have a Cornerstone Content marketing piece that is about the certain kinds of products or category of product that you would sell. So that's Cornerstone Content. Really important. Now, the other question that I received during the course of these lessons is how to fix some of the errors that you got on Google Webmaster Tools. And those are specifically rich snippets and HTML5 errors and linking errors, the ones that we found when we went through the Google Search Console. So a lot of those things are going to be covered in a more advanced or intermediate SEO course. It's not something that you can really handle in 10 short segments like this. But the theme, the rich snippets, the HTML5, being responsive, and a lot of this speed, which search engines also look for, is all dependent on your theme. So you must have a well done, secure theme. Because security, speed, HTML5, the code behind it, and accessibility and responsiveness, did I say that yet? Where it can be shown on any device, are all really important for search engines as well right now. And the new one last month was that there can be nothing blocking the text on your responsive site. So you can't have pop-ups or nav menus that are too close together. And all of those things should be fixed or done initially right off the bat by your theme designer / developer. Okay, so those are things that you really shouldn't have to worry about. And that is why I recommend Genesis. Oh, and obviously security is important to SEO as well. And so make sure that you use a theme that's secure and keep it updated all of the time. So we covered keeping your content fresh, relevant, and authoritative, meaning getting links. We covered the other things involved in search engine optimization, and these ones you can't really control without a little bit of experience or learning, is the speed of your site, responsiveness, accessibility, meaning people with visual impairments will be able to read it or listen to it, and proper coding. And did I say security? All of these things all play in to Google being able to show your site at the very top. And that is what we're after. So to wrap this whole thing up, be an amazing writer. Write often, write really well, and write specifically to your audience so that they love it, so they engage. Really, it's about you getting your message across, and search engines will just love you because you're doing it right.